Hi, I'm Felicity Keith, and right here, right now, I'm going to teach you a naughty erotic secret about men. Even the nicest, shyest, most innocent woman can use to get a man more turned on and desperate for you than he's ever been in his entire life. Once you learn this naughty erotic secret, like thousands of ecstatic women have, you'll see a sudden fire of lust in his eyes, even if he barely looks at you now. He'll shiver with need for you and only you, distracted and sweaty, unable to think of anyone or anything but your lips, your body, your skin. And as you turn up the heat, you'll feel the magic happen, as he worships you as his own personal erotic goddess and can't even look at or think about other girls. So you become the star of his every private fantasy. And so finally, even though this might sound unbelievable, it becomes too much and he can't resist anymore. He grabs you in his strong arms, he rips the buttons off your blouse with his teeth, loses all control, ravishes you like you're in a romance novel, and whispers how amazing you are as you make intense, astonishing, joyful love. Eyes and heart open, connected, feeling every cell in your body tingle, and smiling because you know every dirty, glorious thought in his mind, for the first time ever, is focused entirely on you. I know this sounds fantastic and hot and a little unbelievable right now, but I promise, woman to woman, even if you're shy, or if you're a good girl who feels the silent need to be just a little naughty, you're going to learn right now why the mind is the only erogenous zone on a man that matters, and how to make your man, or any man, desperate to be yours and only yours as long as you want him. Who the heck am I to make such an amazing promise? Like I said, my name is Felicity Keith, and no, I'm not a stripper or a sexpert or a nymphomaniac or anything like that. If you saw me at the supermarket, you'd just see a regular, 40-ish, slightly overweight single mom. But that's not what my boyfriend Kevin sees at all. When he looks at me, he sees his lover he could never live without. Even though just 18 months ago I thought we were doomed. That I was going to be heartbroken and alone again. Warning. What I'm about to tell you is a very personal story that might trigger some very intense emotions in you, and I'm only sharing it with you because I think you'll feel a pang of terrible recognition at what happened to me. And I just think the lesson of what happened could transform your life and your relationships with men forever. But only if you listen closely right now, before it's too late. "Talk dirty to me," he said on our 1-year anniversary. We were in bed, making love. I felt a rush of panic in my chest. Fear. "Tell me how you feel," he grunted again. And I felt my mouth go dry, my heart racing as I panicked and my mind went totally blank. What did he want me to say? What did he want me to do? Finally, awkwardly, I opened my mouth and whispered, "Your penis feels really good." Silence, like a tumbleweed rolling across a street in the Old West. He didn't ask again. He closed his eyes like he was concentrating, and I wondered what he was thinking of. I wondered where he went. But the worst part happened later that night. It was a little after 2 in the morning when I woke up and found the bed empty. I pulled on my robe and padded out to the living room, thinking he'd gone to get a drink of water or something. And then I heard a sound that sent a chill through my whole body. A female voice. Moaning. My palms sweaty, I crept around the corner and saw him. The man I loved, Kevin, sitting at the computer naked, touching himself. We'd just made love a few hours before, but here he was masturbating and watching porn. I've always wondered why guys do that. Why would you need to watch porn when you've got a real woman right there? On the screen was a girl, not even a very pretty girl, not much prettier than me, touching herself and moaning and saying the dirtiest, naughtiest things. Things a good girl like me would never think of. Things I thought I could never make myself say. Even though I felt devastated and betrayed, I just couldn't look away. And then I looked at Kevin's face and saw a smile like I'd never seen before. In a year together, I'd never seen him look so happy and masculine and satisfied. I know I don't have to tell you how worthless and ugly I felt. How I felt like I could never measure up to his fantasies I never even really knew he had. And I thought of the times we tried to experiment and I'd wanted him to try new things and he'd just grumble like a sad puppy. I acted like I was asleep when he came back to bed. Like I'd been asleep the whole time, burying my face in the pillow so he wouldn't see the tears. He spooned me, and I shuddered, and I had to bite my tongue so I didn't tighten up. And I lay there for hours thinking and making a decision. I thought of how I looked in the mirror. I'd never be a supermodel. I'd never be 22 again, thank God. I'd never be a porn star and never wanted to be. And lying there, feeling his breath on my neck, I knew I could do one of three things. I could ignore that this ever happened, bury my head in the sand and pretend we were happy. I could confront him. I could get mad at him for looking at other girls and thinking about other girls. I could be furious and yell at him and forbid him from ever looking at porn again and end up pushing him farther away. Or I could make the choice I did. I could learn the secret fantasies of my guy, of all guys. I could learn the sexual psychology of men, why men want what they want, instead of sticking my head in the sand like most women. And I could learn to play his secret desires like a violin, and inspire him to give me everything I've ever fantasized about. I fired up my laptop the next day, excited at what I was going to learn. But quickly I got frustrated, and then disgusted. All over the internet, all